Welcome to the castle, everybody. This is Nightsaber Z42, and this is Character Vault, where we go through the whole character creation process and do the whole tutorial thing. And yes, we're doing Traveler again, because today I am joined by my fabulous wife, Anna, and she's actually going to be building a character from scratch. Now, this is I haven't really told you anything about this.
Yeah.
No. So, this is Traveler. It is a sci-fi adventure in the far future. So,
I can read.
yeah. Basically Star Wars without force powers.
Okay.
And I really like this character creation process because it's really intuitive, even though it was made, I think, like back in the 80s or 70s, like the first edition. But you actually go through and you basically do the whole entire life up until the present for this character. So you actually start on the age of 18, and we'll do a couple roles, get out their characteristics, and then we'll start picking careers, and you're basically just outlining their life, and I really do like that. We got our character sheet. You got a blank character sheet. I've already done mine the last time, and we'll actually collaborate a little bit towards the end when we get into skill packages. But a couple things to point out. We're only going to use the top: strength, dexterity, endurance, intellect, education, and social. We're not going to have to worry about any of this unless for somehow you are really lucky enough to roll into psionic, which means you get psychic powers and stuff. There is a backside to the sheet, which is basically just background information, like if you get an ally or a rival or an enemy, then those will go over here as well. Now, I'm going to show you this table real quick, and it is actually a fabulous table because it shows all of the different steps. So, this table right here, we're actually going to start, and we're going to do our characteristics, we'll determine our background skills, and then we're going to have to decide if we're going to do anything pre-education or pre-career rise. So that means going through a university or going to a military academy. And we'll kind of go through the whole process. I'll help you out. And then we're going to go and start our new term. Now, terms are 4-year increments of our life. And that's basically you starting a job and then working that for 4 years. And the cool thing is you might have some certain events that will happen in those 4 years. Like, you might get kicked out and have to do something else. Or you might be a total boss and now you're the new boss of that specific career. We'll do the whole thing. I'll explain things first, but after the first term, it actually gets really easy because you just keep going back and you'll either stay in that career and you'll do the whole thing again. You'll make a couple rolls, see if you stay in or if you get kicked out. If you actually excel, like you actually, the word I'm looking for
do
is,
well?
Yes, but advance.
Oh.
You might get promoted.
Oh.
And so you might not get promoted, but that's what we're going to see.
So you might get demoted.
We don't, actually, I have not seen that yet. That might happen. I don't know. I know that my previous character that I showed on the channel, towards the end of his career, he kept trying to get promoted, but he never could. So he stayed at basically the level 0 of that career track for like the last 2 terms. And then that's where we stopped. But after we're done with that whole process, you'll add another 4 years, and then you're going to decide if you want to stay in that career or if you want to go out or if you want to end the character creation process, and that's where the game takes place. And then you'll have all sorts of benefits that you'll roll. You might get a pension. You might accrue medical debt. Depends on if you got injured or not. So there's a lot that goes into this. And I actually really have a lot of fun doing this. So,
like a real job.
Exactly. And that's why I like this, because a lot of things can happen. You know, when I went and did my character, Moses, I didn't know what he was going to be. Because I didn't know what his characteristics were or anything like that. Well, I guess, do you want to be human?
I don't know.
Or do you want to be a cat person?
I could be a cat person.
Or a dog person. You can either be a cat person or a dog person.
I'd rather be a cat person.
You want to be a cat person? Okay. So let's go over here and see what that cat person is called, because I always forget. They are called the Aslans. So, congratulations, you are now the creator of Narnia. Now, I've not actually messed with any of the alien species, but you do get some characteristics. So you get +2 to strength and +2 to dexterity, but we'll remember that. For now, I do need you to write Aslan for your species. And Aslan travelers all possess the following traits. Dewclaw, I almost said Declaw, and that would have been like really horrific.
No, dew claws are like the thumbs.
Oh, like our dog.
Yes, like our dog.
Okay. And they also have heightened senses, and I think that's it. Yeah, because the next page are the dog people. Okay. So we all need to remember that you get +2 strength and +2 dexterity. Can you grab a note card, a blank one, preferably? Because I'm actually going to do the characteristic rolling a little bit differently this time around. Because the way that I do it, I roll my 2d6 and I just go straight down like a boss. But I'm not going to have you do that.
Oh.
For now, I'm going to have you roll 2d6,
Okay.
and we're going to keep track on our note card. Go ahead. A 9. A 6. A 6. Another 6.
How many? Do I do one more?
2 more.
2 more.
A 10. And a 9. Okay. Some average stats. They can change over time. Now, let me write that our strength is going to be +2 and dex will be +2. You can arrange these in any order that you want for your characteristics. Keep in mind that you do get +2 to strength and you get +2 to dexterity,
Okay.
but your characteristics are right here, and I will tell you what the dice modifier or the DM is once you pick out that stuff. I'll actually have you take a look at the different jobs that you can do,
Okay.
and then we'll make a determination from that. So, your careers are basically like categories, and then you actually have 3 assignments, so your actual specific job. So, for example, like in an agent, you could be in law enforcement, you can be in intelligence or corporate, you work for a corporation and stuff like that. You could join the Army, you could join the Marines, you could join the Navy, and they all have different qualifications that you'll roll in order to actually get in there. So if you fail the qualification roll, then you don't make it in, and you become a drifter for 4 years. Now, drifter is actually the weird one out. So you'll be actually a barbarian, a wanderer, or a scavenger for 4 years. It's basically like saying that you're homeless, but you actually have a somewhat of a working job, sort of, kind of. You could be a citizen who works in the corporate sector, or an actual like hard labor worker, or even a colonist. The entertainer is something like an artist or a journalist or some sort of a performer. The merchant is like, you can be a merchant marine who's like a bodyguard for the different ships. You could be a free trader or even a broker. A noble is the weird one. So you could be an administrator or a diplomat. A dilettante is somebody who just sits around and does nothing. Yeah, that's what my second character eventually rolled into. A rogue is like your thief, an enforcer, a pirate, your ne'er-do-well types. You have a scholar who's good at field research, or they can be a scientist or a physician, like a medical person. And then you have scout, who can be a courier, a surveyor, or an explorer. And so the different qualifications are right here in order to make it into there. And you'll eventually have to roll for survival for each of those, but I wouldn't worry about that. And there is also an advancement roll, so if you want to get promoted, you'd have to roll for the advancement roll. We'll take a couple minutes and we'll think about where we want our career, or what we want our characteristics to be.
I kind of like scout.
Okay. So then you'll want to have some high intelligence and maybe some high endurance as well. So I would say probably put some points, or your 2 highest points in, well, it depends. Are you going for like an explorer who's going to need lots of endurance? Or are you going to be a courier who needs a little bit less? I think a courier's like a postman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You deliver letters from planet to planet. Actually, that is kind of close to how it goes in this game. You could be a surveyor of planets, or you could be an explorer who just goes out into dark space to see what there is.
Well, regardless, I still need endurance to be pretty high.
Okay? You have 1 10 and 2 9s and 3 6s.
And then I need, what, intelligence to be high?
Intelligence, yeah. And looking at the modifiers, you actually don't have any minuses to any of your modifiers. So your 6s are going to be at a +0. So anytime you make a roll that uses a characteristic that's at a 6, you don't add anything. Your 9 and your 10s are going to be +1 each. So you'll add a +1 to that, whatever you roll. Okay. Pretty good. So our 6s are going to be at a +0. And remember, you do get the +2 for your strength and your dexterity. So we'll actually add that here. So those are going to both be 8. So pretty good choice for that. Unfortunately, they're still going to be at +0. The +1 goes into effect at 9.
Oh, it doesn't go until 9.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different than Dungeons and Dragons, which always gets me.
That's weird.
Yeah. But this isn't a D20 system. You actually do everything by rolling 2 6-sided dice. Okay, so we got that out of the way. 8 strength, 8 dexterity, 10 endurance, 9 intellect, 9 education, and 6 social. Next thing that we're going to do, we're going to take a look at your background skills. Now, background skills are actually your beginning skills that you get. And they all start at level 0. So the way this game works, you always get a skill at level 0 first. And what this means is that whenever you roll and you use that skill, you don't get any negative modifiers to it. Now, if you weren't trained in that skill, anytime you would use that, you would get a -3 penalty.
Not good.
Yeah. So it really pays to actually, learn some skills. Now, there is one skill that kind of negates that effect. It's called the Jack of all trades. And it means that even if you're not trained, you still get that 0 bonus. So your background skills are right here. They're admin, animals, art, athletics, carouse, drive, electronics, flyer, language, mechanic, medic, profession, science, seafarer, streetwise, survival, and vac suit. And you're going to take, I believe, your education dice modifier +3. So you get 4 of those background skills because your education bonus is +1. So a lot of different options.
Yes. I think I'd like survival.
Okay.
Do I have to mark it?
Yeah, write a 0 next to survival.
Survival. I also think vac suit
Okay.
and flyer.
Ooh. And we'll determine specifics at a later time.
And then I have one more. I think I'll go with medic.
Okay, that's always a good skill to have. You never know when you need to patch yourself up or somebody else, like the medic of the team. Okay, so we got our background, and now we got to decide if you're going to join a university or join a military academy. And you don't have to do either of those options. You can go straight into a career. But at this point, you are now 18 years old. You do get some benefits by joining a university. You can actually increase your education score. You can get bonuses to rolling into a field for your first career. Same with a military academy. Basically, you can get bonuses to joining the Army, the Marines, or the Navy, or actually just straight up going into there without having to roll. You can even start as an officer in the respective military that you've chosen. To actually make it into any career or even pre-career, you do have to roll an entry. So for university, you have to roll 2 6-sided dice and get a 6 or above. Now you do get your +1 for your education bonus, so it's doable. And for military, it's all endurance based, with the exception of Navy, which is intellect.
I think I'd like to try it for university.
Okay, so this is officially your first term. Let me have my pencil, and we'll go ahead and mark that you're 18. Go ahead, roll your 2d6 and add +1 to that skill.
5.
Oof. Ouch.
I didn't make it to university.
You didn't make it to university. For some reason, you just didn't make it to university.
I wasn't smart enough.
Well, it could be any number of things, but if that's what you want to go with, then that is what you'll go with. All right.
So I didn't go to university.
Well, if you fail, the traveler must immediately attempt entry into a career. So, now we need to pick your first career.
Dang.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to the military if I failed.
Perhaps something else sparks your interest.
I tried.
Yeah. So you said you wanted to do Scout.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to page 44. So, members of the Exploratory Service, Scouts explore new areas, map and survey survey known or newly discovered areas, and maintain communication ships which carry information and messages between the worlds of the galaxy. So to qualify, you need to do an intellect check, beat a 5, and your intelligence is at +1. So roll your 2d6 and add 1. You got a 9.
Where was that when I was trying to go to college?
Yeah. Well, I mean, being a scout is just better than going to university, let's be honest.
Okay.
Don't you want the life of adventure when you're 18?
Yeah.
All right. So write Scout over there on your career. I've already put that this is your first term.
Scout.
Okay. So we get some skills here.
Okay.
The skills that we get, I believe, are going to be your service skills. You get all of those skills at level 0.
Okay.
So you get what? Pilot, small craft or spacecraft. Looks like you got survival, but that'll stay at level 0.
Mechanic. Astrogation. Vac suit, which I already have. I should have picked better.
It's all right. It happens.
Gun combat. It doesn't say what kind. It just says gun combat.
Yeah, that's just straight up gun combat.
But I guess I knew those would be useful, so.
Next thing that we need to do, now that you got your basic skills, is we got to roll for a survival check.
Okay.
Now, this survival check is basically you working for 4 years in this career. All sorts of things can happen to you. Maybe something bad happens, maybe something good happens. So you're going to roll 2d6, and for your survival, actually, hold on. Before we even do that, we got to pick our actual assignment.
Okay.
So you can either be a courier, a surveyor, or an explorer. Also, before you make that decision, you can technically go from one assignment to the next, but there's a couple of rules that...
Let's start off with a courier.
Okay. Go ahead and rank courier next to scout.
And I get those skills too?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So we've started a new term. We've rolled for qualification. We went through basic training. Now we're going to roll for survival. And the roll that you need to beat, since you're a courier, is endurance 5+. So your endurance is at +1. So roll your 2d6 and add +1. All right. 8 + 1 is 9. Another 9. So that means nothing really bad happens to you for this term, for these 4 years. But something good might happen. And for that, we have the events table.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to roll 2d6 and consult the table. 6.
You spend several years jumping from world to world in your scout ship. Gain 1 of astrogation 1, electronics 1, navigation 1, pilot small craft, or mechanic 1.
Okay. So any of those skills, you pick one and you are automatically at level 1 with that. That means you would roll your 2 dice and you would add +1.
I'll do navigation.
Okay. So you got navigation 1. I like how they said that you have a scout ship too, which you might actually get. Because your benefits, whenever you leave a career, you actually roll on the benefits table or the cash table. So you might actually start the game with a scout ship, which would be pretty sweet.
Okay.
All right. Now, we've done survival. We've gotten our event. Now we need to make an advancement roll to see if you get promoted. So technically, you're at level 0, which means you don't have a title yet.
Okay.
So in order to advance, since you're a courier, you need an education 9+. So you need to roll your 2d 6 and get a 9 or higher.
I did not.
Oof, that's only a 3. That's unfortunate.
I did not advance.
Okay, so we'll stay at level 0. And actually, go ahead and write that in your rank for now.
0.
Alright, so that's actually technically the end of the term. So we're going to increase our age by 4 years. So you're now 22. And we're going to choose if you're going to keep on with Traveler Creation, which means you're going to do another term. So, yes or no?
Sure.
Okay. We are going to decide if you're going to stay in the same career.
Sure.
Okay. And what we'll do is we'll just go back and we'll do the same thing all over again. So, term number 2, here we go. We have all of our skills right here, so we actually get to choose which of these tables we're going to roll on. So we've already gotten level 0 skills in our service skills, and those are kind of like basic skills that all of the different assignments kind of get. Mm-hmm. We have personal development, which are basically usually your characteristic increases, if that's what you want to do. Now, since your education's at 9, you can opt to roll the advanced education for any of these skills. And since you're a courier, you can roll on this skill. So you have to choose one of those tables to roll on. And you're going to roll 1d6, and that's what you get.
So, okay, hold on. Explain that again.
So
I roll 1d6.
you're going to roll 1d6, and that's the skill that you get.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I got 1.
Which one are you going for?
What do you mean?
Which table? So either personal development, service skills, advanced education, or courier, because they all have different skills.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go for advanced education.
Okay. Would you like to take that one for medic? Would you like to roll again?
I'd like to roll again.
Okay.
5.
You got science. Weird science. So you get science at level 0.
Well, don't I have to pick a science?
That is true. Do you know all the sciences?
I don't remember all the sciences.
Oh, well, you can make one up if you want.
I mean, I do know a lot about science, but I think I'd like to pick which ones are in the list.
Oh, you'll want to pick a futuristic science then. Okay. So, there's a long table. Archaeology, astronomy, biology, chemistry, cosmology. Isn't that like...
No, that's not... You're thinking cosmetology.
Oh. Cybernetics, economics is a science?
Yeah, the study of trade and markets.
But
that's science.
Economics.
That's science.
Genetics. History. What? Like the history of science? Okay. Linguistics.
That's science.
What? Philosophy? No, philosophy is not. I'm sorry. Physics. Planetology. Psionicology. Psychology. Robotics. Saphontology, and xenology. Some of those are not sciences.
They are technically science. I don't know if any of these are going to be useful.
Well, you're a scout, so surely like xenology or saphontology or even planetology.
Yeah, I was thinking of like planetology or astronomy.
Yeah?
I think I'll do planetology.
Okay. The study of planet formation and evolution.
And I have level 1 or level 0?
Level 0.
0. It's kind of hard to see, but it's 0.
Okay.
Alright, now what?
So we got our skill, so now is the survival check.
Okay.
So survival for courier is endurance 5+.
Roll 2d.
Yep, add your +1. Alright, 12. So we definitely survive. So that means you get to roll 2d for your event table. Let's see what you get this time.
2d?
Mm-hmm.
I got 4. You survey an alien world, gain 1 of animals, riding or training, survival, recon, or science. Again.
Well, you could increase that science to level 1 if you really want.
What is recon?
Recon. Oof. Recon. A traveler trained in recon is able to scout out dangers and spot threats, unusual objects, or out-of-place people.
I think I'll do recon.
Okay.
1.
Recon 1.
And then after the event, I do advancement, right?
Yes. So roll your 2D, education 9 plus. Don't forget to add your +1 bonus.
I don't advance very well.
Nope, that's okay. Hey, that's what my Marine guy did. He got into the Merchant Guild and he stayed as a bodyguard level 0 for the rest of his career there. So we are still at rank 0. Alright, increased by 4 years, so we're now 26. Are you going to keep on with creation?
I think at least one more time.
Okay. And are you going to stay in the same career?
Yes.
Same job?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, we're 26, so we don't have to worry about aging yet. But once you hit 34, you actually have to roll for, like, getting old.
Yeah.
Alright. Term number 3. Term number 3. Go ahead, roll for
This one.
your skill.
What is the skills, right?
Mhm.
And it's just 1D.
Yep, so which table are you going to roll for?
Let's do the personal development.
Okay. That's a good one, because all of it's basically just characteristic pluses
2.
to dexterity.
So do I do on the 8 or on the...
On the 8. So you're at +1 for dexterity modifier. So that was worth it, I would say.
Okay.
Survival.
Which is 2d6.
Mm-hmm. And endurance 5+. All right. Doesn't get any better than that. So since you passed that, you get to roll 2d for your event. An 8.
When dealing with an alien species, you have an opportunity to gather extra intelligence about them. Roll either electronics 8+ or deception 8+. If you succeed, gain an ally in the Imperium and DM +2 to your next advancement roll. If you fail, roll on the mishap table, but you are not ejected from this career.
Okay. Do we have any training? I know we don't have any training in deception.
I have electronics. Or no, I didn't. I thought I did.
Okay. So we're going to take a -3 penalty to this roll.
So what is it? What do I have to roll? 8.
Yeah, 8 for
Deception.
either one.
8 for either one.
So are you going to try to do it the good way or the bad way?
What's the bad way?
Deception.
Oh.
You're lying to them.
No,
You're deceiving them.
It doesn't matter. I just have to roll 8. I have to roll 12.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but I'm going to try. I didn't.
Wow. So that was a 1 right there. Okay.
No,
So
it was a 4.
Yeah, but the -3.
Okay, I failed.
Okay, so we have to roll on the mishap table. Now, the good thing about doing it this way is that you don't get ejected from the career. So if you had actually failed your survival roll, you would roll on the mishap table and you would get ejected from the career.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just getting the negative effect without the really bad negative
Okay,
effect.
so 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
5. You have no idea what happened to you. They found your ship drifting on the fringes of friendly space.
That's probably like the best thing that could have happened to you. Like, honestly, that's like saying, oh, here's a narratively bad thing without a mechanical bad thing happening to you.
Well, that's not bad.
Because
Okay.
some of the other things are like,
Injury.
yeah, your characteristics go down and stuff like that.
Well,
So.
that's not so bad.
All right. Advancement.
Yeah, let's try this again. I doubt it, but we're going to try again. Oh my god, I advanced!
You advance. You're finally rank 1. You are now officially a scout.
I'm a scout!
Now, you get vac suit +1 as your skill bonus.
Where do I put scout?
You can put it next to rank, I guess.
I'm a scout.
Du-du-du-du-du.
I'll put a star next to it.
You finally made it. It only took you, what, 12 years to do that?
8.
Oh, yeah. 8, because you were 18 when you started. Now you're 26. Okay.
Well, technically I'm 30, because I'm going to end it 4 years.
That is true. So you're 30 now, so go ahead and increase your age.
I'm going to erase all these.
Yeah, that's why we use pencils.
I am 30, and I think I'm going to be done.
You're going to be done. Okay.
I'm 30.
So, you are 30 years old, which means we are mustering out. That means we are going to roll for benefits or cash. And this is our final muster out, so we also need to resolve any pensions or medical debt. So we got to go to page 48, which we're actually really close by. Well, actually, I guess you can stay on the scout page because that's what we're going to be rolling for. I'll read it here. In the course of a traveler's career, they may manage to save some money. They may also acquire equipment and other benefits from their previous employers. A scout might be mustered out of service with a reserve scout ship, for example, or a marine might get to keep their combat armor and so on. These are determined by the benefit roll. Benefits are gained when a traveler leaves a career. A traveler gets one benefit roll for every full term they served in that career. So you get 3 rolls. Now, the highest rank you've reached is 1. Okay. That means we get a bonus to the benefit roll. We get a +1 to roll.
Okay.
Or actually, we get an extra roll.
So we get 4 rolls.
We get 4 rolls. And it's basically just a straight up 1d6 roll with no modifiers. Now,
okay.
You can only roll on the cash table a total of 3 times across all of your careers. So you only get 3 cash rolls, period.
Okay.
Now, there are some really interesting benefits, like a 6 or a 7 will get you a scout ship, but you're only able to get to 6. So you might start the game with a scout ship. You might start the game with weapon. You might get some +1 to education or intelligence, or you might get some ship shares.
How do you get a 7 then?
If you spend a total of 5 or 6, or if you get a 5 or a 6 in terms of your rank, you actually get a DM +1 to all benefit rolls for that career.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you get the 7.
Okay. All right. Well, so I can roll 4 times.
So are you going to do benefits or cash first?
Do I have to choose before?
Yes.
Well, that's not fair.
Whoa, wait. Your cash is like way more than the Marines was. I rolled like 5,000.
Total?
And then a 10,000. So I got 15,000 cash for my Marine. And the lowest you have is 20,000. That's not fair.
Well, then I'm going to roll on the cash side first.
Okay.
No!
So you got a 5, that's 50,000.
Okay. That's not the scout ship. I was hoping, I want the scout
Yeah.
ship. Oh, okay.
So you get 50,000 cash
Where do I write that?
on cash on hand.
50,000. Okay. Let's do benefits.
Okay.
3.
That is education +1, so that becomes a 10. Hey, we learned a thing or two.
10. Okay, let's do benefits as well. 5.
Ooh, so close. You
I got
get a weapon.
Where does... What's that?
Well, I guess we can talk about that now, because we
Weapons.
definitely didn't get that when I was rolling. So, you get a weapon. I believe it has to be a basic weapon.
It's useful.
It is. It is very useful. Actually, hold on. It might actually say what kind of a weapon we can get. Select any weapon with a limit of 3,000 credits and TL 12. If you roll this benefit again, you may take another weapon or 1 level of appropriate melee or gun. Okay. So we need to go to equipment. $3,000 worth of a weapon.
Credits, not dollars.
3,000 credits. Okay. Wow.
It says credits. CR means credits.
Why are the weapons not next to... Okay, so... Well, actually, let's make a decision. Do you want a melee weapon, a slug thrower, or a laser energy weapon?
Uh,
You get a nice laser pistol for 3,000 credits.
let's go with the laser pistol.
Okay.
Make it easy.
So, how about this? We'll go with the laser pistol that's TL11.
Laser pistol TL11.
Its range is 30 meters.
I wrote that in the wrong place. 11. Range is
30 meters.
30 meters.
And get this, for your damage, it's going to be 3D plus 3.
3D plus 30. Wow.
KG is 1.
1.
What's next?
Magazine.
100.
100. Wow.
And it does have a trait. It's 0G, but that's pretty much, you're going to remember that because... Yeah.
Okay.
All
Then
right.
I get to roll one more time.
You get to roll one more time.
I'm going to do benefits again. I want that ship.
She wants that plus. She wants that 6, guys.
I want that ship. All right, here we go. Last time, last chance. And I got another weapon.
You got another weapon. So you can either gain gun combat to +1, or what was it? You may take another weapon, or 1 level in the appropriate melee or gun combat.
Let's just do gun combat.
Okay, what level are you on that?
0.
Oh yeah. Let's get that to +1 at least. Okay, so that is it. Let's see, how many terms did you spend in your career? 3?
3.
So if you had spent 5 terms in that career, you would be paid 10,000 credits a month. That would be your pension. That's like your retirement thing.
Well, I didn't.
But that's okay. You're young and beautiful at the age of 30. You know, you're a nice little beautiful cat person.
Thanks.
With ears and stuff. So
Ears.
you did not get any injuries.
No.
So that means you don't have any medical bills to
Thank
pay.
goodness.
Yeah.
Did you have injuries on your character?
My very first character that I did as a practice run, he was in the army, and yeah, he had like 1 strength by the end of it,
Oh no.
and like 3 dexterity, I think, by the end of it. Yeah, he was a meatbag.
He was in pain.
And so basically, I could have paid big bucks to bring those characteristics back up to his capabilities, but it's like 5,000 credits per point.
No, and you didn't get any money.
But the thing is, so like the Army and the Navy, I'd have to roll 2d6. If it's a 4+, or if I roll a 4 or higher, they'll pay 75% of it. But on a roll of 8+ or 12+, they'll pay for the full thing. So some of the other careers like Scout, if you roll an 8 or higher, you actually get 50%. They'll pay 50% of that, or 12 or higher they'll pay 75% of it. So.
Well, I didn't get injured, so.
Yeah. So the last thing that we got to do, that we're going to do together.
Okay.
With my character Moses, by the way, who's human. He's 42 years old.
I didn't name my cat. But that's
okay. You want to name her real quick?
No, it's okay. You're 42? Wow.
Yep. And he was in the military. So he spent a term in the military academy in the Marine side, and then he was actually part of the Ground Assault Marine.
You switched your terms around.
This is term 1. Oh, this is how many terms I spent in there.
Oh.
So I spent 1 term here, 3 terms in the Marines, and 2 terms as a merchant.
Oh, mine is just numbered. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's not get that confused.
Yeah. And he's, of course, rank 0 in the merchant side. He spent 2 terms in there, and he got... Nowhere. And so he only has 15,000 credits to his name.
I have money.
Yeah, you're going to be the one that's going to be making, or at least buying him.
I have the bread. I'm the breadwinner here.
Well, oh yeah, because none of us have a pension. But I do have a TAS membership, which is actually worth something. So what we're going to do, actually go to page 50 so everybody can see. We have something called skill packages. So a lot of what we just did, or what you just did, is random, right? We had to roll dice, and it was all random. So this is a way of kind of balancing things out. We're going to choose one of these skill packages, and we're going to take turns taking one of those skills.
Okay.
So that way, like, let's say the GM says, this is going to be a really combat-heavy game. We could choose, like, the mercenary skill package.
Yeah.
And now we have some sort of a leeway with that, even if our character didn't really start with that. So.
Well, do we know what kind of game this is going to be?
Nope. So let's just roll with the punches. So we have traveler skills. So this is an all-around skill package, good for a campaign where the travelers are trading 1 week and blowing things up the next week. Trader skills. So you're basically like merchants. You're going around trading things. Explorers, good for exploring. Games. Investigators, like a campaign that's centered around solving crimes and investigating a lot. Mercenaries, good for fighting. Starship is like ship combat. Criminal skills, so we're ne'er-do-wells. We like to steal things. And diplomat skills are very talking games. where you might have to sway a party to your way of thinking.
What kind of skills do you have?
So Moses here, he's athletic strength. He's got a drive of hover. He's got level 0 in engineering, 2 in combat, heavy weapons 1, language 0, which I still haven't chosen a language for, leadership 2, stealth 0, tactics military 1, and backsuit 0.
Because my character basically is the explorer.
Mm-hmm. And mine has a little bit more gun combat in a way.
Yeah.
So what we could do is maybe just do the traveler skill package, which is just an all-around, generic skill package that we can take.
Yeah.
And so what we'll do, I'll have you go first.
Okay. What kind of skills do you think would be good for my character?
So, let's see. Probably something that doesn't... Well, actually, you have medic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe bump that up to level 1.
Okay.
Now you get a +1 to medic. And so now I would have to choose something different. And I've already got gun combat, and I think I've got... Oh, I don't have gunner. So I might go ahead and take that. So I'll take gunner 1. So those are like ship weapons.
Okay. So then what should I take? I could do stealth.
Okay. It could be a stealthy cat.
So that would be 1 or 0?
That'll be 1.
Okay. Then what would you do?
Do you have pilot by any chance? You do, but it's 0.
It's 0 and it's small craft.
Okay. I'll let you take that one on the next one.
Okay.
Why don't I take... Well, I'll take persuade.
Okay.
1.
And then I'll bump up my pilot to 1.
Okay.
So then we still have electronics, deception and gun combat.
Gun. Gun is not going to do me any good because I already have level
Okay.
2 on that. And it's not going to do you any good because you already have level 1. So, deception, electronics. I'll take I'll take electronics.
Okay. Then I guess I'll do deception.
Okay. So you're the liar and I'm the truth teller. I persuade people, you lie to them.
Okay.
And so that's actually all there is to character creation. Now, just to make sure that we didn't miss anything, you do have some traits, which you can write down later. But other than that, there's really nothing else to do. Oh, by the way, you should be thankful that you did not luck into the prisoner.
Oh, no.
yeah. That almost happened to my character. Okay, so that is all. So we got 2 characters that are ready for Traveler. The only thing we really didn't do is tie in how our characters met or anything like that, which you can do over like the events and stuff like that, but it is what it is.
Maybe I delivered mail to your military base.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yep. But all that really matters is that we're part of a team right now. And we are shipless because you didn't roll that 6.
I tried.
But that's okay.
I really tried. I got a 5 twice.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that I didn't try.
That is okay. I got the TAS membership, so I'm happy. So that's all there is for character creation. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up to support this series and subscribe if you would like to see more. And I will see you guys in the next video.